I know, you don't want to take the time to learn development. It's such a chore. That's not my thing. I'm an artist. I want to just see my stuff come to life. But listen, if you're a web designer and you really want to do effective web designing, you need to learn web development. We're going to talk about that in this upcoming video. So you've gotten to the final stage of web development. You've worked so hard. Man, pat yourself in the back. You're looking at your web design right there on the screen. And then the next step of this process is you want to hand it off to a developer. You're handing off your baby. You're handing off this project that you've worked so hard, I don't know how long, for the last couple of weeks, for the last couple of months, however long it might have been. You've just worked so hard for this website. If you did the web design process, correctly, there was some strategy that was involved, whether it be with a client or whether it be with yourself, right? Strategy within your heart of what your brand is and what you're trying to carry out, the message and the goal, the win that you're trying to develop for this website. Then you wrote out content. You developed an information architecture. You created this sitemap. Oh man, it was a beautiful, beautiful sitemap. And then you started doing the wireframe. You started inserting the boxes and the circles and try to see your typography come to life and see how you're going to lay out this website. And then, my favorite part, the web design. You open up Figma or Sketch, Adobe XD, or if you are feeling a little extra hard work, Adobe Photoshop, whatever. And then you create these design mock-ups. You're seeing your pictures and the colors and the fonts come to life. And here it is. You've finished the web design process. You're happy with it. And now you're about to hand off your baby to a web developer. Now, this developer, he doesn't have the same vision that you had. He doesn't know the hard work and the strategy, the critical thinking that you put into this website, why you chose that picture, why you chose that color or that font, why you chose that spacing. He wasn't there from the beginning. And I know I'm making this so dramatic, like it's a life and death situation. It could be. But listen, if you as a designer learn web development, then you are able to finalize your vision. You get to see your vision carried out up until the very end. Whether your vision includes these amazing, animations and cool transitions that you want to mess around and really implement in this website, you're able to carry that out when you yourself, as a web designer, learn web development. An additional reason, just to be frank, why you want to learn web development is you get to save more money. Instead of giving that money, however much that is, to a developer, you're able to save that money and you go ahead and go to StockX and buy those Travis Scott Jordan ones that you've been wanting to get. Or if you're in the tech industry, go get those Allbirds, Crocs. I don't know, what do they wear? Some of them probably also wear Jordans. I know my friends do in the tech industry. Or go get that boosted board that you've been wanting to get. Or that drone so you can fly and create these cool cinematic sequences. Or a Tesla. I mean, if some of you pay like 50, 60,000 for web development, if you do, give me a call. But I digress. You save all this money when you go ahead and create this website and develop this website for yourself. Whether it be for yourself or for a client, you get to put that money back into your bank account.
Treat yourself.
Another practical reason is that you avoid being the middleman. You avoid being the person that has to go back and forth between client and developer. Whether it be a minor mistake, you have to go to the client and you have to go to the developer. And it's an endless cycle and it gets really frustrating. But you know what? If you learn development, you get to go and do it yourself. And one of the main reasons, surprisingly, when you learn web development as a web designer, you actually become a better web designer. You see, now that you learn development, whether it be in coding or WordPress or WEBFLOW or Editor X, which is what everyone's talking about nowadays, you are able to visualize and know what is the possibilities. So then when you are designing, there are no limits to your creativity because you know what is possible. Instead of having to describe a certain transition or a certain animation or a certain feeling that you want to invoke to a developer, you are able to and then maybe you get frustrated, because you don't want to have to explain it, so you kind of limit your creativity. When you learn web development, it unlocks that creativity in your brain for web design, and then you know what is possible, so you become a better web designer. Not only that, you're able to become a better web designer because now you know responsiveness and the grid and how all of that works. So I want to recommend to you, as a web designer, learn web development. It's not that hard. I learned web development about 4 years ago with learning coding, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, I don't recommend you go that route because there are easier ways nowadays. The one I recommend is WEBFLOW. It's a super fun building platform, and this is in no way sponsored by WEBFLOW. I totally wish I was sponsored by WEBFLOW. Come on, WEBFLOW. I've been oh my gosh, I've been working so hard for you to notice me. But WEBFLOW is a great platform for you to learn web development. It's super fun, and you get to create all these cool transitions. All the cool people are doing it. You might as well. But anyways, that's it for today. My name is Abrot, and I'm the founder creator of Abrot Creative. And in this YouTube channel, we like to talk about all things web. We like to learn about the process of web design and also even the business of it as well. Feel free to check out some of the past videos to learn more about that. Click that like button, and I want you to consider subscribing. Until next time, I encourage you to keep learning.